first and get 2 strikes on the board quickly. But he's been losing to Randy Pedersen lately on television, so he's going to try a different strategy.
Wants to come out of the gate humming. And hits the pocket, but leaves the 10 pin.
Amleto with maybe the most unusual style of a tremendously star bowler since Don Carter.
It's an interesting statement. Don Carter, the honoree at this year's Brunswick Memorial World Open.
And of course, he had one of the most unusual styles in his heyday of any star bowler.
Short backswing, accurate,
deadly.
Oh. Could hit a penny at about 50 feet, probably 9 times out of 10.
Probably good.
Randy Pedersen wants to come out and get started quickly, and he does. Well, maybe Randy will be the one that will put the double on the board.
Well, it's always the danger you face when you start the match first. But what you're saying to your opponent when you start the match first is, if I got to step up in the 10th frame and throw a double, I have confidence that I can do it.
Randy Pedersen, fresh from a 225 to 203 victory over Walter Ray Williams Jr. Soft 10 in the left-hand lane. Randy has had a history of, once he wins a game on television, of really getting loose and free, and he's pretty hard to handle once he gets into that mode.
Well, he's the type of person that likes to perform before a crowd. I mean, he likes being center stage. It just brings out the best of Randy Pedersen. Some people get tentative and apprehensive and kind of withdrawn. Boy, it does just the opposite with Randy. He just says, you know, it's like a little kid inside of him coming out and saying, boy, I love this.
And Amleto Monacelli, who has added about 8 pounds of muscle, primarily to his upper body, loads up here on lane 34 after a re-rack. Says it's really helped him tremendously. He's much stronger. A little too strong, perhaps, on that shot.
Well, Amleto's famous for throwing what we call the rollout shot thing. At about 55 feet, as we see this unusual style, pushes the ball, then has to run to catch up with it, opens it completely up at that point in time, snaps it back through with that lawnmower hand release. Now watch the ball straighten out at the end. Just didn't straighten out enough like it does sometimes.
An open for Monacelli in the second. Now he'll have to get started with a strike on lane 33. Left the soft 10 the first trip. Billy Oakes, number 2, and Mark McDowell, our number 1 qualifier, off waiting in the wings, practicing, preparing for their championship round appearances here in Rochester.
And Bill Oakes is really geared up for this. He's looking forward to it.
Desperately wanting to win his first title and get an opportunity to bowl in the Firestone Tournament of Champions. Amleto comes back with a strike, so that'll settle his nerves some, but he's going to have to double to climb back into the match.
Randy Pedersen, who has not missed the pocket yet, he's had every ball in the 1-3 pocket.
Ball really came off his hand in a hurry. I had a chance to talk to Randy about his knee bend and how it was affected by the operation, and this was his response.
Well, I didn't think it was going to affect it. I thought I could get around it, but obviously that wasn't the case. I lost knee bend, I lost leverage, and then I picked up a lot of bad habits to correct, the loss of the knee bend. Fortunately, I saw a new doctor in Florida, and he put me on some new medication, and I've gotten about 50% of the knee bend back that I had lost, and it seems to be getting better each week. And the stronger my leg gets, the deeper my knee bend gets. So it's obviously getting a lot better.
6-spin at the last moment, tips out the 10, so Pedersen comes back with a key double.
And he was pleased with this shot because he thought he was going to leave a 10-pin with it all the way. Watch the 6, Dan. Just clip the 10. Ooh, just climbed down up there and says, here, go. That's his reaction.
Meanwhile, Amleto trying to string together a couple of strikes. Really pulled the cord on that shot. Leaves the 4-9. So he goes from the 4-10 to the 4-9 on successive shots.
And both shots looked like they could have chipped the 4-pin. They didn't look that high. Watch this ball snap through at the end. And it's going to roll out at the end, too. It straightens out and still leaves the 4-9. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Boy, I thought he had it. This match may be over in a hurry here, then. It just seems that Randy Pedersen has a psychological edge over Amleto.
Amleto Monacelli very subdued at this point in time. And sensing, I think you're right, that Randy does have an edge over him in the championship round, and he hasn't been able to break that jinx.
You know, you get things in your mind, and sometimes it's just hard to overcome, and makes you not perform right up to the level of ability that you have.
Another strike on the left-hand lane, but Amleto Monacelli is in desperate straits at this point in time.
And so far, between Randy Pedersen's two opponents, Walter Ray and Amleto, there's only been one strike on lane 34. Where he's having no trouble with this one.
Well, he's got a wonderful reaction. He's playing, I think, the right angle at this point in time, at least for his game. Because you're right, he hasn't missed the pocket yet. Sends it out. That was probably the best shot of the night right there.
Well, to me, they all look pretty good, Dan. I'm telling you, he's just really in a groove. He's just making quality shots time after time.
Wants a re-rack on the left-hand lane, and while we've got a moment, we'll talk about the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour Hammer Midwest Open, which comes your way on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 11:30 a.m. Pacific Time from the Cherry Bowl in Rockford, Illinois, which is the home of the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour. Carol Norman, the defending champion. Carol won last week in Pittsburgh, so who knows? Maybe she'll go back and defend over there in the state of Illinois.
Lady on the hot streak.
Ooh, won all 4 matches last week. All the way up the ladder. Randy Pedersen may end up duplicating that performance tonight, Mike Durbin, as he comes up with another strike. So, Pedersen in control here in match number 2, as you see this year's title leader.
You're about to
Monacelli.
We're almost into the point that if you can do it with a pencil, you can do it with a bowling ball. If he takes it out the sheet, it's 233. I don't think that'll be enough. This is the lane he picked to finish on, Dan, and he hasn't got a mark on it yet.
Last shot was a beauty, but he left the 4-9. Let's see if he adjusts. Gives it a lot of room. And looking for some respectability. Did you see that extra long gaze at lane 34?
And he's amazing in his speed control. He zipped the speed up with this a little bit, and look how much that ball hooks right at the last 10 feet. Just the way I always used to throw it. In my dreams.
Mike, you couldn't throw that much hook in a game.
Maybe a
10
week.
shots, I'm
I
talking.
think in the middles of that lane, I was in for those splits.
Johnny Petraglia, our official statistician, enjoyed that last comment.
Chuckling back there. I can hear him laughing, yes.
Amleto looking to put something together here, and he comes back. So the crowd's behind Amleto Monacelli. Unfortunately, Randy Pedersen is in front of him.
It's a big obstacle, too.
Yeah.
See if this changes the way Randy throws the ball. I mean, he knows that Amleto can take it out the sheet. This guy throws a lot of strikes.
Pedersen loads up, lets it rip, and throws another strike. It's a 5-bagger.
Danny, he threw that 2 or 3 boards further right, and it just finished up flush in the 1-3-5. What a reaction he has on that right lane. Now he's playing with his wristband, trying to get the thread off of it. His wrist support.
Better watch out. He's fiddling with the shot clock at this point in time. That's something you need to address in between.
He really is. The shot clock is 25 seconds from the time the ball comes back for him to be able to pick it up to start his delivery.
Just got it off in time.
Uh-oh.
Boy, his concentration got distracted with the thread, and he wound up with a hole. I mean, forget about that thread. Who cares about it? He should have his mind on what he's doing here. Now he's suddenly put Amleto back in this match.
In a big way.
In a big way, because this 6 and 8 out is going to bring the count down to about even.
Try and bounce it out.
Oh, 6 and 6 out. Man, he just fell apart that frame, Ben. What a difference one frame can make in this sport. I mean, 6 and 6 out, that was expensive. That cost him 4 pins.
Amleto working on a 3-bagger and desperately needs to continue the string.
He went from shooting in the 230s down to 218. Amleto gets this. He's right back in the match.
33 and 34.
Well, this would be the all-time comeback. I mean to tell you. He really sends this one wide. Oh, out to the edge. No rollout on that shot.
Eyes transfixed on the pocket. A little blink there, and now he's thinking 5-bagger here in the ninth.
This cuts it down under 10 points. It sets him up for the top. He hasn't missed this time.
Oh, he pulls the cord. It's tight. And Amleto yanked it and wasn't happy at all with that performance.
No, not at all. Because now he has to hope that Randy Pedersen opens again to have a chance to win this match. He had to have this strike in. He just did not give it the room. Didn't make the shot he wanted to make. He knew. The eyes tell the story, and the grimace.
He doesn't react very often negatively, but he sure did there. He did not like that throw. Amleto could still shoot 211.
Randy has to open for him to have a chance.
Back to normalcy for Randy Pedersen on the right-hand lane, and thus far now in the better part of 2 games, he's missed the pocket just once. That was the big 4 on the left-hand lane the last trip.
Yeah, he's had one fall-asleep frame.
And it's meant to be sometimes. Amleto was stroking his way back into the match, had a golden opportunity to really apply the heat, and then threw his worst shot of the match, I think, in the 9th frame.
Right.
To lock it up.
That does it.
Nicely done. Pedersen, with a momentary mental lapse in the 8th frame, comes back nicely, corrects the mistake. Yes.
Becky says, this is getting nice, you know.
I'm having fun here.
Yes.
Flew in from Southern California to be with her husband on the telecast. All Amleto can think about is lost opportunity.
Well, he had a chance, but if Randy would have struck out anyway, it wouldn't have made any difference, but you'll never know whether he would or wouldn't have if Amleto had struck in the 9th frame. So he's going to wind up with a 5-bagger and a 4-bagger in this game and shoot 230.
What happens when you have a donut in the 8th?
And 6 and 6 out doesn't help the score.
Big 6, nothing to go with it. Amleto Monacelli, a 4th place finish this week. And it'll be on to Taylor Lane in Taylor, Michigan.
Was it next week's
tournament? Randy Pedersen continues to roll on here in Rochester, New York. His next opponent has never won. Billy Oates. Bill Oates is looking for his first title.